There's the shop. They work. Now, I was using the language of directions. So I want to go to the screen now and show you that language, the language we use for giving directions to people. All right? Now, we usually use the imperative form. What is the imperative? The imperative is just the infinitive form of the verb. So you can say, take the first left or the first right. Take, okay, that is just an infinitive. Take the first right or the first left. You could say, take a bus to, take a train to, take the subway. Now, in America, they say subway, and in Britain, we say tube. Take the tube to. Okay? Another example. Turn left, turn right. So turn is the verb. Turn left, turn right. Okay? Another possibility is go straight on, which is an expression we use in Britain, or go straight ahead, which is an expression that they use in America. But we use both. Straight on, straight ahead. All right? Then we can say go past the shop or go along the street, a road, or an avenue. Again, we use go, it's the infinitive, and it's the imperative form, all right? Another example. At the end, we can say the position. It's next to, it's near to, it's opposite, it's between, it's on the left, it's on the right. You remember the prepositions that we did at the beginning? Well, that's to indicate the actual spot. Great, so that's giving directions using the imperative form. Now, let's go back to our friends in That's Life and listen to Jack, who is giving Alice instructions about using the internet. And listen to the imperatives that he uses. And I'll see you later, all right? Bye for now.
Hey, Alice. What are you doing? Do you mind giving us a hand with the housework, please?
Can't you see? I'm cleaning the computer.
I see. I see. Why is the computer on?
Just a moment. I don't understand how to connect to the internet on this computer. Can you help me?
Okay, but just for one moment.
Thanks, Jack.
Okay, click on that icon.
What's an icon?
That symbol on the screen.
Do you mean this picture of a telephone?
Yes, click on that.
Right. Now what?
Enter your username and password.
Okay.
And click on that button there.
Click on the button.
And now you're connecting to the internet.
Hey, that's easy.
It's very easy, Alice. You are hopeless with computers. And with housework, too. Come on, Alice. It's time to clean up this mess now.
Hello again. Did you notice how Jack was giving Alice instructions to go on the internet? Well, I want to give you some instructions to do something at home. Now, in order to do that, you need one of these. What's this? Huh? A what? It's a napkin. A napkin. So, take a napkin, all right? Put it down. Open it up like this. Okay, so we have an open napkin. Anyway, now, take the bottom of the napkin and fold it over a little bit, like that, okay. Then fold it again, like that. Then fold it again, and again, and again, until you reach halfway, and press it down like that. Press it down. All right, now, take the whole napkin, lift it up, and put it in this position. You turn it over, okay? Press that down. Now, take the bottom of the napkin and fold it in half over like this. Again, press it down well. Now, take this part of the napkin here on the right and fold it right down along the folds on the left. Press down. Then take all of it up like this and fold this bit over so you create a support like that. Then turn it around and bing! There you have something nice to decorate your table with. A romantic dinner, for example. All right? So I gave you instructions in order to do that. And we're going to look at that on the screen, because I used imperatives to give you the instructions as I used for giving directions. All right, so let's see. Let's use some other examples related to the computer and the internet. Plug in the computer. Now you notice we use plug, which is the infinitive form, and we use it for both you, singular, and you, plural. So, plug in the computer, ding, switch it on, connect it to the internet, and bling, click on the internet icon. All right, so imperatives, they're all infinitive verbs. Now, the negative, if you want to use the negative of the imperative, we say do not, which is contracted as always in English, and we say don't click too many times, or don't press the exit button, or don't overload the desktop. Okay, so this is the negative imperative form. Very interesting, that. And don't forget to be here for your next lesson. All right, see you then. Bye.
Jack, where were you yesterday evening?
Why?
There was a great party at Mary's.
Really? I wasn't invited.
I can't believe that. Everyone was invited.
I'm sure I wasn't. Anyway, I was busy yesterday.
Ah. Did you have a meeting with some clients?
No, I didn't.
So? What? Where were you?
I was with Robert at the Red Lion pub.
That's impossible. Robert was at the party.
Oops. I always get them mixed up. I was with Charles.
Charles was at the party too. Come on, Jack. Who were you with?
You are too curious, Alice. Okay. I was with a girl.
Uh-oh. And?
And what?
Well, what's her name? Do we know her? How old is she?
Stop, Alice, stop. It's none of your business.
Okay, you don't want to tell us. That's okay. I like mystery. It makes life exciting. Well, let's change the subject. Peter, where were you yesterday evening? Why weren't you at the party?
I was at the theatre. We are preparing the performance.
And you, Sharon? Where were you?
Me?
Where were you?
I was at home watching a film on TV.
Which one?
The latest film starring Nicole Kidman. What's the name? Yes, Moulin Rouge.
Really? That's strange. I remember. Here, look, it's on TV today.
Really? Oh, they always show the same stuff on TV. Oh, don't get up. I'll get the door.
Hello again, everyone. Well done, Sharon. That was a bit embarrassing, wasn't it? Now, where were you last night? Well, I wasn't at a party. I wasn't in a pub like Jack. I wasn't at the theatre. I was at my first samba lesson, and it was great. Fantastic. You know, the music was really fantastic, really loud and exciting. And there were 30 people there. It was difficult to see the teachers. You can imagine, 2 teachers, 30 people. Excuse me. Anyway, as usual, there were too many women and not enough men, and that's typical. But the teachers were fantastic. They were really, really professional. One was Brazilian and the other was from Argentina. Yeah, Argentina. Great, really, really good. And in the first lesson, it was easy because we did some, basic steps. But it was really, really enjoyable. And I can't wait for the next lesson because that was so exciting. Can you samba? I bet you can. Now, in most of those sentences, I was using the verb to be in the past. And that's what I want to look at with you now. Let's look at the screen. To be in the past. When we talk about something specific in the past, let's look at the form. I was in New York last year. You were, see how it changes? You were at the party last night. He was at a meeting on Tuesday. I was, you were, he was, she was fine yesterday, for example. It was beautiful. We were at school on Monday, you were happy, and they were in London 2 weeks ago. So you see, I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, you were, they were. Be careful about that. It's easy to make a mistake. Now, what about the negative form? Well, was becomes wasn't. Listen to the pronunciation. Wasn't. Okay? So, I wasn't on time this morning. You weren't here yesterday. He wasn't at the party last night. She wasn't very happy. And it wasn't difficult. Okay? We weren't at work on Saturday. You weren't on time for work. And they weren't on holiday last month. So wasn't and weren't. Question form, listen to these. Where was I yesterday? Where were you last night? Where were you last night? Where was he last week? Was she at work yesterday? Was it an easy test? When were we there? What time were you at school yesterday? And how often were they in class? So, the verb to be in the past tense, I was, you were, he, she, it was, we were, you were, they were. Very important. You can't live without that verb to be in the past. All right? Great. Well, we will continue with the past in the next lesson. So, see you then. Bye.
There's a postcard for you, Alice.
For me? Oh, it's from my father. He was in the Bahamas last week.
Really? I was in the Bahamas last summer.
Just you?
Oops. Sorry, Sharon. We were in the Bahamas last summer. It was sunny and hot. Perfect weather for swimming and relaxing. It was fantastic.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic.
I'm sure it was.
I prefer holidays in the winter. It's too hot in the summer. I like going to the mountains and skiing.
My last holiday was 2 years ago.
2 years ago?
Yes, it was a long time ago. I need another holiday soon. Anyway, was your father on holiday in the Bahamas, Alice?
No, he wasn't. He's working on a new play there.
Oh, how fascinating it must be being a director. Fame, money, and a lot of travelling around the world.
And no time for family. Just a few calls, postcards, and a lot of misunderstandings.
Why don't you call him now?
I don't think that's a good idea.
Why? When was your last call?
3 weeks ago?
That's a long time. Come on. Alice, call him. I'm sure he'll be happy to hear from you.
Well, maybe you're right. Okay, I'll call him. Thanks, Jack. For your advice, I mean.
Hello again for another important lesson. We're in the past tense. Now, I want to help you remember how to use the past tense. So I have another acronym. You know acronym? Look. Oil, way. Oil, way. Now, these letters represent the time words when you use the simple past tense. What do I mean by that? Well, this one, for example, let me give you an idea. This stands for yesterday. Okay? Yesterday. Now, when you have yesterday in the sentence, you always use the simple past. Okay? Now, do you know what the other words are? Let's have a look. An easy one could be this. Last. Last, do you know that? Last week, I was in Paris. Last week. Okay? Now, what about this one? 2 days ago. Very good. So, 2 days ago, we were at the sea, for example. So, this is ago. We have last, yesterday, ago. This one? That's more difficult. Yeah, it is difficult. It's on in English, and we use it with days and dates. And in some languages, it doesn't exist. So we say on Monday, on the 7th of July, for example, on. This one here, in. Okay, when do we use that? Yeah, months, for example, in January, in February, in March, and also for years, in 1961, in 1970, etc. This one, when. Okay, with when we use the past tense. So, for example, when were you there? So, oil way, on, in, last, when, ago, yesterday. It's like a rhyme. On, in, last, when, ago, yesterday. You need to memorize those. We'll look at them on the screen now. But it's important for you to memorize them, to remember that when you're speaking, on, in, last, when, ago, yesterday help you to remember to use the simple past. So, to revise that, our acronym OIL WAY. On we use with days or specific dates. So, the party was on Friday, or he was in London on the 2nd of March. Okay, the date. Then in with a specific year or with months.